What's up, guys? Jomar here, bringing you guys another video. Here with you, my boy Wolf, and we're gonna bring you the guys. This one is a special treat. Is the offensive spacing, just a little bit more of a half court setting type of stuff. We did the fast break spacing, which is a big part of 2K. Recognizing what to do on the break. This one's more of a when you finally on the half court setting, some little details, some little things that you want to do or not do um, if you want to just be better, helping yourself and your teammates be able to make some reads and not be out of position, for the opponent. So let's go into it. Let's dive into it. The first one right here. Uh, this is just some clips of me playing PG. This is something that as a guard, where they play out, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just tough. I know you guys are not hearing comms, but as a guard, for me personally, I feel like it also depends on the shooting guard. But right here, my guy Young, he's what I call having not quick feet, but in Spanish is something having, but he moves a lot.
He's always
Uh,
active. Yeah.
yeah, he's always active. So that's a good thing and a bad thing because I know for a fact, me when I play shooting, I'm moving a lot. But right here, I'm not calling any raps yet. When I get here, I haven't called anything, and he's already like he should be 2 steps back. This is as simple as it gets right here. That's what I mean about going into detail. By him being here and not 2 steps back here and just sitting still and not moving, can be more aggressive, which is the guard guarding him. He can be more aggressive at pinching me and at closing the spacing out. So you're gonna see Young again. He's moving up to me and he's moving back. And I haven't called no nothing. I haven't called no reps yet. I'm just trying to work out. Like this is a tough part of the court to work out, regardless if he's moving or not. But if he's sitting still, you see this like blue line right here. This is where people, a lot of people like limitless hash. If you sit still right here and don't move, he cannot really be that aggressive. He cannot be here. If he's already sitting still right here and make that pass, it's gonna be hard for him to get there on time, right? So that's what I meant about, that's as a shooting guard, you want to recognize when to go, when to not go, when to move around. Maybe your PG goes midi. Let's say I drive to the midi. That's when you can be really aggressive at Dexon and moving up and down and stuff like that, because you have the whole court to work out with the Dexon, because your PG's in the midi. But if your PG's on the middle, you gotta be really, really patient on knowing if you should go back door, if you should wrap, or if you just sit still. And there's an art to it. And right here, by him moving a lot, makes me harder to drive, made me harder to make a decision. And it's just something that I want a lot of you guys shooting guards to understand. That's a little thing. That's me being into specific. But again, if your PG doesn't call a wrap, it's really on you as a shooting guard to recognize the spacing on what you want to do, because the PG is looking at everything. If they calls a wrap, it's a different story. But that's just a main example of, like, by him just moving that little step inside makes everything else harder for the PG. So that's just something I want you guys to keep in mind as part of the offensive spacing. All right here, fellas, this is the next play. Let's just dive into it real quick. Is another half court setting. I'm getting bumped. Okay, we got kind of like a wrap up. It gets real freaky, real freaky. But something I want to explain right here. We still get a wide open three of it. Great play by Young, but it should have been a run a lot smoother. Again, this is something that is something you guys should know. First of all, if you call a rap like a basic rap, I personally feel like 100% of the time, unless you're being called to not to do it, like this position, but like 100% of the time, your center should slip it, because if you rap and your center just doesn't recognize, like, let me just slip it, and he just stays still in the 3-point line, the center can guard both the wrap and the center pass.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just something I wanted to detail real quick and just say, if ever your PG ever calls a wrap to the shooting guard, you as a center, you should just go to the paint. Just real quick, go to the paint, let the wrap happen, and then come back up. Because if you stay on the top of the key or free throw line, whatever, the spacing is a lot worse, and the center can play both the wrap up pass, and it can help them not being able. Maybe they don't have to switch because the center can show a little bit for the lock, stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. And now this one is not a wrap. this is I call a wrap dex back. So that means the shooting guard, which is Young, is gonna wrap, and when he's getting close to the top of the key, dex back. Now this is where the problem happens. I'm gonna go slow it down a little bit, just so you guys can see. So right here, I call the wrap dex back, right? First of all, he came too early because I was getting bumped. So he should wait for me to get some rhythm going to the right side before coming in. So that's just a little detail, right? So he already came too early. So the play is already kind of dead, but it's still not dead. But he came too early. Then after that, now when he's wrapping up right here, boom, he's dexing back. By him coming too early, like I said, the spacing is already messed up a little. So now it's a shorter dex back. He instead of going from here to here and coming back, he went from here to here and went back. So he went top of the key and then dex back. So it's a lot shorter. But right here, Mario is a big thing that Mario is not doing. So Mario's our center, right? So if you call a dex back, right, you can either do two things as a center. You can either screen the ball like the guy guarding Young, which is the second guy. Screen him. If he has a screen right here, and Young Dexys is gonna be open. But the other one, which is the one I wanted him to do, which was in my head when I make the pass, is if I call a wrap up Dex back, that means Mario can do two things. He can either slip it with me, and it's a 2-on-1 when I can throw him the lob, and Young has the whole top of the key to dex it, or he can go straight to the left wing, because that means Young is dexing back. Remember, he's not wrapping up fully, so this part of the court is empty. So if he fills it out, it makes our spacing optimized to the fullest. So right here, again, like I said, if Mario does what I thought he was gonna do and just space out correctly to the left wing, and Young's gonna go top of the key, I'm gonna pause it when I say it. Boom, right here. If Mario recognizes Young is dexing back, right? So Young is going to fill out this part of the court. I am driving. Mario recognizes he's filling out to the right, and Mario dexes to the left. If Mario goes left wing right here, the center's playing the lane, and the lock is following me. So if Mario literally just takes 2 steps to the left side of the court and lets Young does his thing to the right side of the court, this player right here has to decide between him and him. And that's where, boom, right there. So again, that's a read I gotta make personally. But if I hit Mario too early, at the same time, if I hit into the left wing, Jay Money was guarding that, so that's great defense by them. But at the same time, that's the optimized spacing. You can do two things as a center. When there's a wrap or a rapid dash, you can either slip it to create a 2-on-1 when you drive into the paint, or you can either just go straight to like a 5-out scenario where you fill out the left wing and let the guard go. So that's just something, again, is going into detail, because obviously we all know you mainly run pick and roll and there's not much to do. But I think wraps are a big part of a lot of people's, offense. It's not something complicated. Just listen, wrap real quick, and then wrapping next back is something you can incorporate. So that's just trying to help you guys. If you do guys call out stuff like that, knowing what your center should do, what your guard should do, and just read the court. It's all about reading the court. And make sure you optimize spacing, because that's something that just, like I said, it's a little detail between you being in one spot of the court and nothing being open, then you being in another spot on the court and then everything being open. So that changes a lot. And again, when any wraps happen or anything like that on the top of the key with the two guards, the center has to space out either to the paint or to whatever the spot is open on what wing it is. So that's just me going into detail with the wraps on offense. Next play. So let's see what happens right here. Okay, that's great spacing by Mario on the press. We talked about already. We go into the 5-out. Mario goes to the paint. Everybody sits still. Beautiful spacing right here. Just beautiful spacing. I hit Mario on the press.
That's a 3 right there, by the way.
He had a 3, but he didn't make it happen. But I recognize Mario's there. And let me go back to it, as a PG, I'm coming down the court. I hit Mario right here. I recognize he's open. No need for me to sprint to him and be like, reset. Like a lot of PGs does. They hit their center, just sprint to them. There's no need for you to go to him right here because he's open. So I'm reading the court. So as soon as I hit Mario, I know I got to go right wing because that's the only spot I can go to because he's open. So he can either shoot it, he can drive. If I go straight to him, I'm bringing him my defender, So that's the first part about the spacing right here, right? So we go into it. I space out correctly. Mario recognizes he has two people on him. He has to make a read to either wing. So he decides to hit me right here. I literally can either hit Lav right here or just pass back to Mario. I decide to hit Lav real quick. If he Lav makes the read, he can have maybe Mario or not. Let's see what happens. So I hit Lav right here. The corner, that's my boy Braun. His great defense already dropping early, guarding corner pass. But because the spacing is optimized right here, look what happens, fellas. Look what happens. Lav's coming down here, and he can guard corner to corner, but still, it's gonna be super hard for him to guard that midi. These two guys got out of position, but everybody on the offensive side of the court is optimizing spacing. Wolf is sitting still. Young is on the limitless. I'm on the wing. Mario's on the paint. Everybody should be where they should be at, and that's what happens. It's beautiful offensive spacing with beautiful touchers on the read, and that's what happened. So that's a great position right there. Again, as always, recognizing spacing. You know, if let's say, for example, I hit Mario right there and I go into him and I bring two guys to him, he's guarded, he may getting trapped, stuff like that. Maybe Mario gets it on the top of the key right here. Hold up. And then maybe right here, which happens sometimes. I'm not saying it happens with us, but let's say Mario gets it and then Lav goes back door thinking his guy was, playing high and now nothing's open because they're both in the paint. Stuff like that happens a lot. So it's really, you got to be really on point on recognizing spacing. Now this one is when I'm playing center, I'm already in sync with Wolf on this one, but we'll see right here. So I hit Wolf right here, right? So I was trying to break the press. So this is a big thing right here. So when Wolf gets the ball on that corner side of the ball of the court, there's a lot of things that can happen. But as a team, you gotta recognize what's going on and again react to it. And I know Wolf loves this, and I love it when he's working out. Like, so I hit Wolf right here as a PG. But when I'm hitting Wolf as a center, I'm trying to read him. He's driving, I'm spacing now. He's coming to the wing to have that little crab after the pump fake. I'm going to the paint for the oop. So it's all about spacing. But right here, like I said, I hit Wolf on the fast break, right? So he got kind of two people on him. So as you can see, the spacing is not optimized fully because Lab is closer to me. But if he takes two steps to the middle, he means Wolf got an option to hit the top of the key, both sides of the wing, and the opposite corner. So we'll see what happens right here. Even though Lab wasn't again perfectly in position, he still was in good position where he had to decide to guard either him or him. And by the guy guarding the wing, he had to think a little bit. And by just thinking a little bit, just because the spacing was correctly, our guy gets a crab on the wing three. So again, this is the optimized spacing for any corner ISOs. So right here, Wolf gets it. He's already in aggressive mode. I recognize it. Go right to the right wing. Mario, our center, recognize it as a center, and he fills out the right corner. And we tell Lab, which was our inbounder, again, recognize it. Our center filled out right corner. So where you gotta go? The only way to go is top of the key. So Lab stays still right there. And by staying still, this guy right here, we're gonna watch it. He had to make a decision. Wolf makes the perfect read, and we get a wide open three.
It's again, funny because you can see Lav creeping towards the corner, but then he recognized, like you said, you got to read the court and see the spacing. He can see he's his stick is going to the corner, but he sees Mario there, so he decks his back out to the kind of the top of the key. Not the best way, but yeah, it worked out. I mean, everybody was spaced correctly. I got doubled. I had to make a read with no bullet, and you gotta spray. No bullet is a tough one. Just hope it goes in.
But like Will said, he you can see, like I said, it wasn't fully perfectly, but it worked out. And again, the big part about this is the spacing right here. When somebody's on the corner and they're working out, they're doing anything. You hit the corner and they're dribbling, you have to space correct. That wing has to space out. They cannot be near them. The top of the key has to be here or either on the stand block. The corner has to be there. The wing has to be there. Everybody has to space out correct. So right here, like I said, Wolf drives. We're going to go ahead and stop it again. He's coming down, and he's looking like he knows Lav's coming here. So there's a lot of people open right now, but Wolf's being really patient with it. And then he hits the top of the key, and then we get a wide open three. Right there, Wolf hits Lav. Lab's open. Now maybe this guy rotates, lab hits me. If I'm on the wing, it's open. It's all about understanding the spacing and where you gotta go on the court. Our center Mario right there understood he had to go right corner because I passed it to WoLF quicker than he thought. So no need for him to like come up to the top of the key and then make live go right wing, because by that time there's a high chance WoLF gets double teamed or trapped and there's nothing open for him. So it's all about recognizing spacing and a big part about the spacing on the offensive end on the court is understanding the scenarios, understanding is it fast break. Do the guy that I passed it to, is he open? Is he guarded? If the guy's guarded, it's kind of more of a isolation where he's trying to make a move to get open and you're spacing out. But if you pass it to the guy and he has a wide open shot, or he has a wide open drive, you have to boom recognize it real quick. Okay, that's an open shot, that's an open drive, and then you can decide what you want to do. Go for board, go back door, whatever it is. But it's all about recognizing on the court what's going on. Where's the help side at? Where's the power forward? Where's the center? It's the little things, and it's hard to go and do everything perfect. Like you saw right there, it wasn't the best, it wasn't perfect, but again, it still worked out because the spacing was in the right mindset, where everybody was in the right spot. It can still be optimized, but I feel like it just takes some time and some chemistry to understand tendencies and stuff like that as a team. And in pro-am, it's hard to do that. But once we get to the league, to the NBA 2K League gameplay, we can tell you, I can tell you, you're playing with your teammates every day. So the tendencies are gonna be there. You're gonna see who likes to do what at what moment. And by the week, you're gonna be way better with recognizing what you gotta do in certain scenarios. And it takes some time. It takes some trust. It's not always gonna be perfect. That's a big thing. And what knows is trusting your teammate, trusting he's gonna make the right play, so you're spacing out correctly for him. Because a lot of people don't trust their teammates, and you can see that on gameplay. You can see maybe the PG hits the center and it goes straight to the center, or maybe he hits the corner and the corner shot wasn't there, and he sprints to the corner or tell the corner reset. Like, you gotta sometimes just trust your teammates, let them make a play, and you space for them out correctly. And that's just something that you have to keep in mind at all times.
Yeah, that's important for spacing. Like, I think it's important to learn how to, like, I call it like read the room. Like, for example, me, Jomar played with me probably thousands of games. Like, I like to cut. I like to, I like to make the defense work, not play two. But like sometimes, like depending on the teammates we have, like I just stand there because I know like for example, young stars are very active. He has active feet. We call it, like Jomar said. He's always moving. So like if me trying to be aggressive and cut, I know he likes to do that too. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just stay put and let him move his feet because he's a shooting guard. He has more of the offensive badges, whatever. So it's important to read the room and like know your teammates, like Jomar said in Pro-Am. I mean, that takes time, but knowing tendencies is like really important for spacing because sometimes like with the mic delay and everything, you can't communicate everything on the fly like that as you want to because you're not in the same room. You're not sitting next to each other. You're on the mic. It has like a 1 second delay. So like, it's not always on point. So just knowing your teammates' tendencies is really important for spacing.
Yeah. And like I said, a big part of it is trust, just trusting your teammates and trusting they're going to make a read, and trusting, what's going on in the court. So, offensive spacing is a complicated thing. It takes some time, to get into it, to know, like I said, no tendencies and stuff like that. But you can still, simplify and perfect it on a simpler level. You don't have to be perfect, but you can still make it work. Like I said, just reading the court. On the slips, on the wraps, you want to slip it. On any scenario that is a corner got the ball, you want to space out. Two wings, stop the key, and opposite corner. Stuff like that. Just knowing the different sets and the simple sets. If the ball's in the corner, everybody else got their spot. And the ball is at the top of the key, it's kind of like a 5-out. If the ball is in the wing, maybe you have somebody on stand block, maybe you have like an overload. So it's all about simplifying the stuff on the offensive end and knowing the spacing at that exact moment. It goes more into detail in the latter parts, but if you want to simplify it, just make sure you guys got some different sets. That's a suggestion. Like if the ball is in this right side of the court, we want everybody here. If the ball is in the top of the key, we want everybody here. And if you simplify that with your team and you talk it out, it's gonna help a lot more to you guys and to the guy having the ball and whoever's on the off ball to make some reads and create a play. So that's it. That's something I wanted you guys to learn and to have on your arsenal. Everything matters in the court when you're playing those big games, and those little steps and little spacing missteps can cost you a play. So that's something that we pride ourselves on, and it's something that is big. So I appreciate everybody that came through. I hope you guys liked the video. Go ahead, like and subscribe, comment, whatever you guys got. If you guys got any questions, I always look at the comments and like replying. That's it for Wolf and me. Appreciate you guys. Basic Gaming, baby. We out.